Hey there, welcome to Our Healthy Homes, where we explore the four pillars of a healthy home that truly create a healthy life, strengthen your home's structure, balance your home's ecosystem, the vitality of your body, and the peace of your emotional and spiritual well-being. Again, I'm Keith Hittner Sr., along with the lovely and talented Sheila, and each week we dive into practical tips, trusted wisdom, inspiring conversations that help you build a home and a life that thrive from the inside out, Sheila. So let's get rolling.
All right. So go to ourhealthyhomes.com, click on the events tab. Beyond our passion for real estate, we do like to help people with their health, right? And so we like to also create a sense of community. We were talking about that yesterday after we finalized our will and estate planning, which is a good relief. And so with that, we host talks, learning workshops, and things like that to help you through this toxic journey that we are exposed to as a society. And so I want you to go to ourhealthyhomes.com, click on the events tab, and we have a back-to-school immune support and workshop. But, we labeled it back to school, but it's really for anybody that's alive because they have an immune system, right? So you are going to get great tips to boost your immune system at any age and to support your body naturally. So whether you're a grandparent, student, child, it doesn't matter. So the back to school workshop is Wednesday, September 17th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And I always get my recall notices, and I just want to touch on that since we're talking back to school and everybody's going to be using the hand sanitizers and things like that.
Right.
Nationwide recall alert. Hand soaps and sanitizers are pulled from the shelves over bacteria that causes sepsis. If you want...
Now, wait a minute. So these are alleged to be sanitizers.
Okay, yeah.
But they have bacteria in them.
Yep.
I thought they killed the bacteria. I thought that was the whole point.
That's why it's a recall.
Okay.
Because it's a screw-up.
They don't work.
Well...
Or at least this batch doesn't.
Right. This lot or batch or whatever is got somehow, didn't go right through the right processing.
Okay.
So, with that, you don't ever have to worry about, Young Living's Thieves hand sanitizer. We own our own farms. We process everything, regenerative farming. So we don't ever have to worry about all these types of recalls. I mean, I get them daily.
You know what it is, too? Because we go on everybody has trinkets and trash that they give away for their businesses and stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay, so some of them are little bottles of hand sanitizer, chapstick, and all that. You have no clue where that stuff comes from.
What's
China,
in it, right? Yep.
Obviously.
Well, do you remember during COVID when they were running out of hand sanitizer?
Right.
That they were bringing some alcohol. I don't remember which alcohol it was. Yeah. They were bringing it in from other countries to make hand sanitizer, and it was literally burning people's hands, and people were ending up in the hospital. Right. They were ending up in the hospital for it and so forth. So we're going to talk later about some of the items that you get in your premium starter kit, which is usually the way most people get started, with their journey. And so you do get samples of the Thieves Hand Sanitizer in it. So we're going to talk about that later.
Smells good.
Yep. So the favorite, Keith's favorite, is the Ladies Craft Weekend.
Oh, God.
So that is Friday, October 3rd, and you stay or come and go as much as you want until Sunday, October 5th. So you can work on any project that you want. And even if this is a great opportunity to just come and check us out, because it's a bunch of women. I barely get out of my pajamas on Saturday, and it's a bunch of women that are hanging around doing whatever craft they're doing, cross-stitching, embroidering, making cards, whatever it is, but I'm there. So it's a great opportunity to come and ask me any questions, want to sample anything, that kind of thing, because we're there.
That event has morphed from a scrapbooking weekend.
Yep.
It used to be scrapbooking weekend.
Yeah, it did.
And now all the scrapbooking places are gone.
Closed.
Most of them.
Right.
And now it's crafting weekend.
Now, it's also an opportunity to get a raindrop.
Oh.
because she usually
Explain what a raindrop is.
She usually comes on that weekend and will give you a raindrop. So a raindrop is 9 essential oils that go down your spine and on your feet through reflexology and other techniques with the hands, like pulling from the spine.
Yeah.
Kind of like a scissors around the spine. So
Mhm.
there's different techniques that you
Right.
do with certain oils. And so there's so many benefits to that. I mostly notice inflammation the next day after I've had it, but you know,
reduction of inflammation.
reduction of inflammation. Okay. Yes, thank you. And so people will do it on, stress. Certain I know people have done it for Lyme's and all sorts of other conditions, but one of the oils is cypress, and cypress is our circulation oil. And so we're going to talk about oils have more than just one thing, but that's the main reason why it's in the raindrop, is to get your circulation going, and it gets your lymphatic system and all that moving better.
And the raindrop is a derivative of an ancient Native American technique where they would perform this technique in the tribe as a medical procedure, health and wellness procedure, if you will. They didn't have medical procedures in their tribe. Maybe the medicine man did it.
But it's all herbs that they use, right?
Herbs,
Oregano,
herbs, yep.
thyme, basil, all those things, right? Looking forward to the vaccine discussion on Tuesday, October 7th. So this is open to anybody. This is a respectful community discussion on the recent vaccine policy changes. So regardless of where you stand on the topic, your voice and perspective are valued for sure.
Which is great, because what we need more of in this current political climate is dialogue.
Yes.
Back and forth, explaining one's position, why they think it's important, listening, more importantly than anything, to someone else's opinions, and who knows, maybe there's some common ground there.
Right. And there's going to be wine and cheese there. They're supplying that. Minnesota Vaccine Council, Children's Vaccine Council. All right. So I don't know why I'm so excited about these this year, but make your own charcuterie board. And so you're going...
Okay, so again, I didn't know what a charcuterie board was. So explain what is a charcuterie board.
I can't believe you didn't, because most people do. So it's that wooden board that you see that is served with the salami that's cut and shaped into like a flower, right? And so it's got the cheeses and the olives and the meats and sometimes crackers and things like that. So it's a way to decorate
so
and
it's
display
it's meat and cheese.
Meat, cheese, fruit, olives.
They gave it a name.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I mean, you can do it. I mean, I've seen s'mores charcuterie boards. But I mean, I would never do that. But that's...
So a charcuterie board is really the decorative aspect of it.
Yes,
right.
yes. So
is there a special board that you have to have, or is there any kind of I can put it on a plank?
It's a wood board, right? There's many different varieties of the boards, and so we have 2 dates for that. So October 21st, I believe that's a Tuesday. That's 6:30 in Eagan. And then we have one on Friday, October 24th at 6:30 in Waconia.
Okay.
So we got both sides covered, if you will. So, join us for a fun, flavorful evening and make your own charcuterie board. So you're going to go home with it. And I bring out that inner foodie in you, so it'll be fun.
Is there a charge for that one?
There is $35.
Okay.
And so you'll also get to make a bread dipping oil using our Vitality essential oils, because we do cook with those. I make my dill dip with our dill. I make my guac with our lime, and so lots of fun things. Community acupuncture, we're bringing that back Sunday, October 26th. So you're going to be around the indoor swimming pool area, and Dr. Sonia's been on the show, and she does a great job.
Lovely music playing throughout as you relax and get stuck with a pen.
2 painting parties coming up, and so I don't have
painting party.
I don't have those on the website yet, but you have the option of Friday, November 14th to paint a red truck with a Christmas tree in it. And then, or Sunday, November 23rd, it's a gnome that's kind of taken off the Grinch.
Okay.
You can kind of see his hand here,
Grinchish.
honey. Yep. And so those will be on my website soon. And then also give the gift of a gift certificate. So whether that's the pool parties, whether that's coming to the charcuterie boards or anything else you can think of, we do offer gift certificates.
Okay, it sounds like fun stuff coming up here. We'll be right back on Our Healthy Homes, building stronger homes, healthier bodies, happier lives. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. OurHealthyHomes.com, 651-775-9194. We'll be right back. Hey there, welcome back to Our Healthy Homes. Let's pick up where we left off, exploring the 4 pillars of a healthy home that strengthen your home, your body, and your life. Okay, so we've been doing this show, what is it, 5 years now, something like that, 5, 6 years?
I don't know. Long time.
And we talk about Young Living a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to, we make the assumption that everybody knows what Young Living is and who they are and all that stuff. I just want to roll back on that for a second here and just talk about Young Living as a company and who they are, how they got started, when they got started, why they got started. And why it is that we can trust them and trust their products. So if you can just share with us a little bit about that, so that when we introduce, because we're going to talk about what it is that you get when you join the Young Living community, when you join our tribe, if you will, you're going to start with some basic things, very basic. Some people don't ever go beyond that because it's so flexible and
Versatile.
It has so much available to it, and the goal for us as Our Healthy Homes and the Our Healthy Home community is to explore these things and see which ones are right for you and which ones don't make any. I'm never gonna do that. So you just move on. They've got like 600-700 products, so it's not like there's any shortage of things that you can try. So let's just start out with who is Young Living.
Young Living is a essential oil company. That's where they started.
Okay.
Gary Young was the founder,
Mm-hmm.
and he himself had been injured in a tree logging accident and was, well, they told him he'd never get out of the wheelchair.
So
right?
he's in a wheelchair.
And so he just said no. That's
wasn't
not
gonna
how.
Accept that.
Right, wasn't going to accept it. So his journey started with helping himself get out of the wheelchair, which he did, and then his passion for natural things to be able to do that. And he was really way before his time because they're 31 or 32 years old now. And back then, I hear this through the grapevine from the old people in in the club, if you will.
Yeah.
Yep. And when you listen to his CDs, we listened to those and his teaching and all of that. And he talked about candida and cancers and infertility and the chemicals that are affecting the endocrine system. He talked about all these things, that long ago.
30 years ago.
30 plus years ago. And so his passion was to bring us something natural, and he believed that the plants would provide that. So his first farm was in St. Mary's in Idaho, which I was blessed to be able to go to this last summer, and amazing, and so listening to the farmers, they have their crew and they have their farm managers that have degrees. And I mean, their passion for these plants and the regenerative farming and all of that is wonderful to see.
And it stems from, that passion stems from the usefulness of those plants. So they're growing these plants, and they know the properties of the plant. They know how those plant oils, once they've been synthesized or what do you call it?
Distilled.
Distilled out, and you've got that pure God-given oil from the plant. They know how they impact the body and the good stuff that can come from the use of those oils. This goes so far beyond, does that smell good?
Right.
So far
Yep.
beyond it. The
Yep.
smelling good is just like a benefit,
Yeah.
a side benefit
Yep.
of the constituency. We've been so Sheila's been to a number of the farms in Idaho.
Two of the farms in Idaho.
Two of the farms in Idaho.
One in Utah.
We've been one in Utah. We've been to one in Hawaii. We're going to one farm that they have in Ecuador this fall. I kind of had my eye on one in the Philippines. I haven't even told you about that.
This is great.
Yeah,
I love it.
But they have these farms all over the world. The reason for that is because they grow specific herbs, spices, plants,
trees, bushes, you name it,
whatever, in the area, in the region of the world where it's native to that region, and where the properties of soil conditions, the climate conditions are such that it produces the best, most vibrant crop that is possible, and all done by hand. No chemicals used at all.
Right, and that's why we go to those farms, right? We, as customers, brand partners, whatever, go there to help them harvest
and
then
observe
and distill and learn and all of the things. And you can there's the seed to seal process, right? Like they find the seed, they grow it with no chemicals, nothing like that, and then they distill it and seal it right there. Now, the other thing that people just don't generally know, besides Young Living owning their farms, is that FDA only regulates that 5% of an oil in any essential oil bottle be pure, and then they can fill it with whatever they want. So when you go to the health food store, when you go to other essential oil companies, they don't own their own farms, right? And they don't have the seed to seal, and so you don't know what you're getting. And again, we've heard, well, I tried that, but it didn't work. Well, right, because if you didn't try, the pure oil, right, then it isn't going to work as well or at all. Right?
So they're getting those oils out of the commodities market. So essentially, they don't know what they're just buying it as a commodity.
Or making a synthetic smell like lavender, just like your laundry detergent that you buy at the store that says lavender, fragrance, right? So it's a chemically made synthetic smell to smell like that.
Right.
And so, with the growth from the oils, then all of the, the customers like, well, I want a toothpaste. Well, I want a mouthwash. Well, I want a cleaning product. Like, that's how it all evolved from essential oils, was us people saying, we need this next, we need this next, we need this next. So that's how it grew. I remember, one of the stories of Gary trying to put essential oils in a supplement powder, and it was a disaster, and the lab was like blew up. It was a mess, all the kind of things. But so your body absorbs around 30% from a normal
chemical.
A normal supplement. So, okay. But when you put essential oils in it, then your body absorbs up to 80%. So
higher utilization.
Right. And so that's why we love our supplements, right? And we are a health and wellness company, and so we have, like you said, over 600 products.
I just want to put an exclamation point on the what you find in the discount store or whatever it is. Young Living is the largest essential oil company on the planet. They're also the largest wholesaler on the planet. And you say, well, how can that be? And it's like, well, Young Living will harvest their crop, they test it with their own labs, they send it out to a third party testing company, get a test so they know what's pure, what passed the Young Living smell test and what didn't. The ones that don't get sold on the secondary market.
They have over 50 scientists. They're working on things, this year we got a nice peek at the things that they are working on. And it really truly is amazing at their passion and how much they care about purity for us.
One of the comments that was made at a meeting that we had recently is that they, for lavender, for example, well, they're the largest producer of lavender. He said, trust me, we know how much lavender is grown throughout the world because we monitor it all.
Right, we get it.
And then we also know how much is sold across the world. And there's more quote-unquote lavender sold than is grown. So
right.
some of the stuff that you're getting that is being sold to you as lavender is not lavender, to your point. It is synthetically produced to smell like lavender, or you're buying 6 ounces of quote-unquote lavender that has a half ounce of lavender in it, and the rest of it is seed oil, carrier oil of some kind.
Now we know that our air is more toxic in our house than outside, typically, right? Because we've got the air conditioners, we've got the windows closed all the time, right? So your purpose for diffusing, and the diffuser comes with one of the premium starter bundles, but the reason why you're diffusing is to put oxygen back in the air, which we're an oxygen deprived society as well. Okay, that's a whole nother show. But so it's to put it back in the air, right? So now if you're putting you're not putting a Young Living oil in your diffuser and you're putting some other oil in there, now you're diffusing crap in your air.
Right.
You're not.
Didn't really think about that.
You're not helping. You're right. You're making the situation worse.
Yeah. So let's buy some poor quality synthetic product and then diffuse it into the air so your children and loved ones can aspirate that into their lungs.
Right. Exactly.
And then head to the doctor later. Okay, we got to head out the break again. Stay with us. Our Healthy Homes returns after the break with tips to strengthen your home, your health, and your spirit. Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. 651-775 is the Healthy Home Hotline. 651-775. Give Sheila a ring-a-ling-a-ling and she'll get you started. We will be right back. Hey, thanks for sticking with us. You're listening to Our Healthy Homes, where structure, the ecosystem, the body, and the spirit all come together for a healthier, happier life. Now, when we went through last segment, we promised that we'd talk about what was in the premium starter kit when you join our Young Living, Our Healthy Homes community, and we never got to it. So let's do it right now. What is in? I'm a new person, Sheila. I just know I've got to do something because we're just not feeling right, and I want to go down a more natural, healthy lifestyle. And I come to you and you say, well, you got to get cranking on Young Living. Here's the premium starter kit. First of all, what's in it?
There's a few different starter kits.
Okay.
Make a shift kits, and so the best value, in my opinion, if you want to start to have a natural wellness box, is the premium starter bundle, and it comes with an Adobe Mist diffuser, so you get the diffuser, and it really does include everything you need to just like jumpstart. And the reason why there's these oils in this bundle is because they're the most versatile and the most used, right? So they do the most, and they're the most common. Okay. All right. So you get the diffuser, and then frankincense. Okay, we know and love our frankincense. If you Google frankincense, there's so much. If you go to PubMed.com, PubMed.org, or Gov, I think, and frankincense and all these other oils have all the science you need. Okay. So frankincense essential oil is one that, well, I mean, you don't need to say anything more than that, but it is a DNA repair oil. Okay. So we girls like to put it on our face. We like to put it on our girls, which are our breasts.
All right.
And we take the frankincense vitality internally to just support our cells in our body. And we do, when you get started with us and you get on in our group, team, community, whatever you want to call it, there's so much that I support you with at whatever level of support that you need. Some people, we call them the greens, they just want the science and they want all the information.
Yep, we got it.
And
we
then
got more than you want.
Right. And then I've got the people that Sheila just tell me how to do it, right? And we do have an app.
6 million users around the world using the product is evidence enough.
Yes. And we do have an app. Everybody loves their apps nowadays. And you can go to the app and you can look up the oil, and it's going to tell you exactly what it does, how to use it, ancient days, how they use it in France, and all sorts of things are literally at your fingertips, right? And so then you could also look up, my kid fell and cut their finger. Okay, so you can look up cuts, and it'll tell you exactly, what to do. Lavender. So we talked a little bit lavender in the last segment. So lavender we call the Swiss Army knife because it's pretty much good for just about anything. When you get into this community and you get with me, you get monthly samples and monthly Zooms to learn about this. Come to the Zoom with questions, and I host things all the time. But you hear all the past stories and testimonials of what has helped people. And I remember there was a story of I don't remember how the guy burned his whole hand. He put it went in something, and he just kept dousing, like pouring the bottle of lavender on. And these stories are shocking, but I always think this is what God gave us, right? He gave us these plants and trees and bushes, and society just took that and synthetically made it, and it's there you go. All right.
There you go. It doesn't work as well as the stuff that comes right from the plant.
Right. Lemon. So you get lemon vitality, and lemon, again, I use it to take off the labels off my glass containers. I put it in my water as a slow detox. I put it on my salmon. I mean, I use lemon is anything, right? There's so many uses for lemon, and that app will be able to help you with that, right? So at 2 a.m. when you're up with a cranky kid, I'm not going to answer the phone, but you can go on your app and look at it, right? Peppermint, where peppermint is, that's a staple too. There's so many things, you got hot flashes, you to cool you down, to warm you up, the sore muscles. I mean, it's endless, right? And when you sometimes we'll have like somebody else's peppermint and then our peppermint or lavender or something like that, and you'll smell the difference. The peppermint is not supposed to smell like candy.
Right.
Right? Because it's a mint. It's a plant, right? And so there's a lot of people that think when they smell it, they think, ooh. Well, that's because it's the pure peppermint.
It's peppermint,
yes, right. Yes, exactly. So there's a peppermint vitality in there, and people will make...
I always put peppermint in when we go play pickleball.
Yeah.
In my tall thing of water.
Water bottle,
yep. Which is probably, I don't know how much this is.
20 ounces maybe?
About 20 ounces. 1 drop of peppermint.
Oh, that's all it takes.
1 drop. That's it, man. If you put 2 drops in or 3 drops in, you better hang on to your saddle because that's strong. Yeah,
and one of the girls in our community, she thinks she has bad breath all the time. I mean, I don't know what she's eating, but it's just her, right? Some people are just like that, right? And she, daring enough, man, she takes that drop and she drops it on her tongue. And,
wow.
Ooh, I just can't do that. I just can't do it. Citrus Fresh. So Citrus Fresh is a combination of citrus oils, so your orange, lime, lemon, that kind of thing. And then
also good citrus, also good in water.
Yeah.
You put a couple drops of lemon in the water. The lemon is one thing. I can put 3 or 4 drops of lemon in the water.
Yeah, the citrus ones you can use a lot more of because they're not as potent as like oregano in cooking and things like that.
Right.
Yep. Digize is anything digestion, and man, you don't want to go anywhere without that. You rub that on your belly button or your belly when you've eaten something you shouldn't. I love the story of one of the customers that their baby just couldn't poop, and they had been everywhere, they had tried everything, and so somebody told them, right, this is what we do, this is how we find these things out, right, is by people actually opening their mouth and sharing with people. And it's okay if you open your mouth and you share with somebody and they think you're crazy. It's okay. And so anyway, she said, try a drop of Digize in your baby's belly button. And, oh my God, right? These weird people, right? So
Yeah.
20 minutes later, he's pooping, right? And one time he ran out of Digize. It wasn't, he didn't have any yet. His
Right.
order wasn't there. And, he's running all over, calling me. He went to the other side of town to get some Digize from somebody else that had one. That's the other thing we do as a community and as a team
Sure.
is share and support whenever he needs something. And, okay, so fast forward, the kid's 8, 6 or whatever, and he's having tantrums. What was the oil that calmed him down? Digize. Why? Because that child knew that smell and remembered that smell gave him relief because his tummy hurt because he was plugged up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing on what smells do, number one, but kids are so drawn to it. It's the parents we have to get in the head and get them over their overthinking. Right? People will go to the cabinet and grab, an Advil, a Tylenol, and not even think twice. But man, they are so concerned about whether or not I should put that lavender on my skin.
And the kids, I mean, our grandkids used to come and ask for the empty bottles.
Yeah, because they still got value out of it because there's still the smell and a little bit in there. So Thieves, which is the oil that they started with, and so that is a weird name, and so that came from back in the day when the plague was going around, and the oil people back then made this combination and put it all over their body and went in and robbed the dead people that were dying and dead from the plague and robbed them, and they didn't get sick. So they got caught, and if they gave up their recipe, they got a lighter sentence. And so Thieves is our immune boosting oil. We've got immune boosting products with the Thieves cleaners and hand sanitizer and all sorts of toothpaste, all sorts of things to support that immune system, because why wouldn't you put it in anything that you could to support you? So when we come back, we're going to go through the others that are in this starter bundle and talk more about it.
Very good. Coming up next on Our Healthy Homes, the 4 pillars, one home, plenty of ways to make yours thrive. We'll be back in a moment. OurHealthyHomes.com, OurHealthyHomes.com, 651-775-9194, and we'll talk about how we get rolling with the Young Living Starter Kit, or one of the starter kits.
Yep.
Right now. Hey, we're back on Our Healthy Homes. Time to dive deeper into some practical tips to get started building a stronger home, a healthier body, and a balanced spirit. We're talking about the starter kits.
We're talking about one of them.
One of them.
Right, the premium starter bundle.
Okay.
Right, so we left off and we were going through the oils that come in it, in that kit. And so we're on to Panaway, which back in the day used to be Pain Away. But, FDA got involved and all the things. So Panaway is an amazing blend of, wintergreen peppermint. I think Killer Chrism's in there to support all your muscles and joints and all that kind of thing. That's kind of like the Bengay smell, if you will. Peace and Calming.
The Panaway is?
Yeah.
Where?
Peace and Calming and Stress Away are both two blends. You'll either like one or the other, and these are probably the two most popular that we use for our kids. I mean, not only ourselves, but they do really well with diffusing and making a roller bottle and using it on them just to like decompress them. And we always say, put your diffuser on a half hour before the kids are going to bed, shut the door, and then when they do come in the room to go to bed, the room is already
good idea.
Smelling. And the minute they, walk into that room, there's just this, right? This smell and this ease of comfort and releasing, Okay.
And that diffusing, we can't talk about that enough. We have diffusers literally in every room in the house.
Right.
I mean, there's a diffuser going by the front door, so when people are coming in the foyer, they're greeted with a beautiful aroma. People comment
all
the time on how wonderful our home smells.
Yep. And we have 2 dogs.
And then there's diffuser going on in the kitchen area. There's diffusers in the pool room. There's diffusers in the office. There's diffusers in the bedrooms.
And I love the new one that just plugs in, and you just put the essential oil bottle in there. It doesn't even need water, and it plugs into the wall. And that one's in the bathroom because we have that little half bath that everybody uses that come there for whatever classes, talks, pool parties, all the things, right? And so I don't have the ability to plug it in, and cords are a mess, especially in a small.
And the battery operated ones are okay.
Yeah.
But then the battery goes dead, and you forget to plug it in. Blah blah blah. So it's a really really good. No, it's about the size of a Glade plug-in thing.
Yep. So those are 2 amazing blends. Raven is one of my favorites. That's a respiratory, like Digize was digestion. Raven is respiratory. And, with all the smoke coming from the fires and, all that air that we breathe in, Raven is my go-to. It's my go-to to put on my hand with a little bit of carrier oil, to put on my chest, or, if I don't have my Thieves Chest Rub, around, then I'll do that. That one's just in itself good for respiratory.
When you're coming we're coming into cold season.
Right.
Cold and flu season, quote unquote. Thieves, Raven, Digize.
All the things, right?
That's
Too much sugar from Halloween and all the things that are coming up.
Yep.
Valor is an old one of the first blends along with Thieves, and that Gary always did his research on when he came up with these blends. So Valor was used in battle to give men courage, and it's also an oil in the raindrop. And it is one that really is a staple, and that's the one I love to use as my perfume. So we don't use perfumes and colognes anymore. Now, Young Living does have an affiliate company, Wild Notes, that WYLD. Go to my website and or contact me for a sample. So they are starting to have perfumes and colognes that are non-toxic for people that might be a place to start. And I'm going to tell you, those kinds of things and these starter bundles are a great, I know, I didn't look it up how many days until Christmas, but these make like great gifts. And you used to hear, I suppose it's still true for some, that, I got the starter bundle and then I never knew what to do with it. Well, you are not going to be lost by any means with my team and my community, because we are true believers of educating, because these products have changed our lives and we want to change yours. So you don't ever have to worry about that. And then a Thieves sanitizer spray. So I have some gums in my mouth where there's a little bit of gap between the teeth, so I get a lot of stuff stuck in there, so I use the Thieves dental floss. Why wouldn't I? And this Thieves spray is what I spray in there when I've gotten a little aggressive with my floss, and I've gotten my gums.
Yeah, you dug it up a little bit too much.
Yep. So I got to put that Thieves spray in there and put it on the steering wheel after showing gross houses, cold and flu season, spray it on my hands going in and out of shopping. And so it's a little less than 3 ounce. So it's on the airplane with me. And then you get your waterless hand sanitizer. So we talked about that in the first segment about the recall on hand sanitizers. And so this is non-toxic, of course. You get 2 sachets or pouches, whatever you want to call, of the Ningxia Red. And when you come to any event, you get a Ningxia Red mocktail. right? And we drink our Ningxia Red every day.
Yep.
So it is a high antioxidant juice that comes from one of the blue zone areas of the country. So if you don't know what that is, blue zones are areas of the world where they live to be
Older.
old. They also have
Highest centurions.
yes, and if you've probably had goji berry, Aussie berry, or heard of something like that, but the wolfberry is the best variety of that type of plant. And Gary really did his research and really got to be friends with people. And so Young Living is the only company that has the contract for that particular wolfberry. He had this relationship with I forget the person's name years and years and years ago, and I mean you
They essentially take the entire harvest.
yes, right.
Yep.
Yep. And same with, back to the frankincense, because there's frankincense in here. There isn't sacred frankincense, but sacred frankincense, when Gary did his research, found that I think Oman was the closest or
Right.
region or area that he found that those frankincense trees were the variety that was given to
Christ,
Christ,
in the biblical times.
Yep. And they have machine guns. People with machine guns guarding their trees. So you just don't get to go there and just
Right.
tap the trees, right? So Gary spent many, many months, years with them. Stories, of him
Building
building a relationship, sleeping on the floor by the distillery for 6 months. I mean, the guy went to endless lengths to get us this. So people will ask, what's the difference between frankincense and sacred frankincense? And they're two different varieties of trees, and they come from two different regions. But nobody has that sacred frankincense variety. Kind of like nobody has the Ningxia Red wolfberry. Right. And then you have some resources. You will definitely be in our community. You're looking at a Get Rolling brochure. I have a little welcome kit that I send out, and we love those goofy little inhaler things, right? So you put your oils on a little cotton pad and you put it inside, just like your inhalers that you would buy, and they really last. And I mean, once you start to use these things, you are going to find that your cabinet is way cheaper than going and buying, the specific things that, you need a Vicks this, and then you need a Benadryl this, and then you need all these different things when you can do so much with this
Plus, you just
starter
never
bundle.
get sick. I mean, I just never get sick, so.
Well, but these
if
are
you
all
go
just
down a healthy lifestyle,
Right.
you just don't get sick. So you don't. The necessity to go buy those products kind of diminishes.
for sure, because I mean, before our friend shared with us, I was the flu every single
Yep.
year. It was always
Sinus
before
infections.
Christmas, sinus infections. I'm in bed for 10 days, and I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've even had a cold or anything like that. Now, have I learned a lot, and have I, learned how to be better at taking care of myself? You bet. And that's what we want. We want to teach you, but we have tons of resources, and I want to come to your place, right? I want you to come to my place, but you know what? I want to come to your place and share with your friends, because I didn't know that the cleaning products I was using was like smoking 20 cigarettes a day, and that's a damage to my lungs, right? We have many people that come in on just changing out their cleaning products, right? So there's many different ways to
And they're amazed and shocked and amazed at how much better they feel just from changing their cleaning products.
Yeah.
out.
So there's many different ways that you can step into this. If you need a liver cleanse, if you you need something, and you want to start in a different order or a different way, that's why we have all the products we have, is to offer different ways to support you in your journey.
Right, because your body reacts differently to different chemicals, different plant essential oils, and so why not take advantage of everything that's there for you? Okay, that's it for today's episode of Our Healthy Homes. Remember, A truly healthy home rests on 4 strong pillars: structure that protects you, the ecosystem that sustains you, your body, and the balance of your emotional and spiritual well-being. This is Our Healthy Homes. That's it for this week.
But when he calls me sugar, I love that man with all my might. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the afternoon. Sugar after dinner, sugar in every room. He says I'm sweet as I can be. When he calls me that name, it does things to me. I tell him, honey, you can call me sugar.